Hello, and thank you so much for helping to plant these flowers here at the Veterans Memorial Circle. I hope that you have a great time, first of all, and second of all, that when you drive by and you check back on your plants throughout the season, you appreciate and love the work that you've done and how beautiful they become. So I want to give you a quick tutorial on how to plant these plants. These are snapdragons. It's a cold and blustery day, so we're going to work with plants that can kind of put up with the temperature. But these will not be the plants that we will be planting on the day of our big plant day. So the first thing that we want to do when we are dealing with our plants is we want to get them out of these tight little packages. And the technique that I find works really best is starting at the bottom, giving a squeeze from opposite corners, giving a squeeze from opposite corners. And what usually happens is you can start to see the plants pop out. Now, once I know that I've got the plant starting to pop out of the container, I know that it's ready. And I go in and I put the plant in between my first and middle finger. This will help to support the plant when I gently rock it to the side, squeezing a little bit more, I pull that plant out. Now the key thing with that method is to make sure that I don't damage the roots. We want to do the least amount of damage to these roots. There are microscopic root hairs growing, and we don't want to break any of those. We don't want to damage them. So we're going to leave our root ball intact. We're now going to go to the site where we're going to do some planting. We're going to scrape away all of the mulch. And we can see this wet new mulch from this year, and we've got some of the drier pieces underneath the mulch from last year. Once we scrape down to soil level, then we're going to be digging to a depth, just about to the depth of where our root ball is. So plunge your scraper in, give it a good push, lift up, and put that soil off to the side. We then tuck our plant in, and we slide that soil around the roots. We tuck in our plant. Note that the soil level is coming right to where the soil level was when it was in the container. I'm not planting this too high or too low. I'm just tucking it in. Once I've tucked it in, I gently slide the mulch around, but I'm still leaving a space around the base of that plant. I don't want to smother the roots. I don't want to smother that base. Any moisture here could cause the stem to start to rot, and we want this soil where the roots are available for whatever moisture will fall. Here we have 3 different snapdragon plants, and what I wanted to show to you was some of the planting that can be really unsuccessful. So here we have a plant that's too shallow. We haven't planted it deep enough. We can see those roots are exposed. This poor thing is not going to get enough water. We really want it just tucked in so that soil is perfect around, like we see here, not smothering the base of the stems, just coming in and tucking in those roots. This poor plant is way too deep. We want this lifted up. All of this soil against the stem is going to cause that stem to rot, and our poor little plant would die. So if your knees are hurting you or you're feeling a little tired, you could always just grab a hold of some plants, pop them out, and hand it to somebody who's down planting on the ground. There's lots of tasks for you to do today. Please don't feel like you can't participate. We're so glad you're here. Stay tuned to the Facebook page. And of course, don't forget to drive by and see how beautiful everything looks throughout the season.